This is the Eternal Championship, a new solo-oriented gladiatorial arena in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Because who needs that MM part in their MMORPG? And as with any fight to the death, many of you are likely looking for any competitive advantage you can get. Fair fights are for suckers. Well, look no further. I'm here to help you unapologetically murder your way to the top. Let's get to it. Before you begin, tip number 1, pick your best companion and put them on heal duty. Trust me, you're gonna need it. Tip number 2, be ranged. This is not required, it's just really helpful. Alright, here we go. Round 1. Being round 1, you'd think, man, this should be easy. Well, you'd be right. Kill the combat unit, then kill the medical unit, and then kill the boss. There's seriously nothing to it, so let's just move on. Round 2. We're just warming up, folks. Enter the first real mechanic in the Eternal Championship. Run like hell! Start off the fight by standing on top of the boss and wailing on him as much as possible. Also, make sure to occasionally use an area of effect attack to take down some of these alien spiders. Ugh. But whenever you see the words tracking your movements, go ahead and run like hell away from the boss until the target is off of you. Then go back to the boss and shove a blaster up his ass. Round 3. Remember that run like hell? Yeah, the same applies here. Well, it's more like walk slowly like hell. There we go. This fight is fairly similar to round 2, except you'll want to down any adds as soon as they spawn. Then pimp slap the boss around. Occasionally, he will pull you in close and begin to cast a large AoE, with a lot of smaller AoE circles around the perimeter. You'll want to find a gap in the perimeter AoEs and walk like hell! Go! Fine, shamble, whatever. Once you're outside of his large AoE, wait for him to finish casting, then resume pimp slappage. Round 4. Say hello to Conrad and his pet. Chompers. Who picks that as a pet? You've got issues, man. Here's where things get a bit hairy or slimy or whatever. There's a few ways to go about this, but the best way I found was to concentrate on Chompers while avoiding the AoE acid he spews out. However, you will need to try to keep Conrad focused on you as well, otherwise your healer might die. And every so often, 3 tiny Chompers will spawn in. You'll want to kill those off as fast as possible before they make a meal of your healer. Basically, keep everything off your healer and chomp on Chompers when you can. Once he's low on health, Chompers will fall down and begin to regenerate. At that point, take a lightsaber to Conrad's face. Warning! Do not kill Conrad while Chompers is up. If you do, Chompers will enrage and tear you a new poop chute. Make sure you only kill Conrad when Chompers is down. Trust me, your bowels will thank me later. Round 5. Finally, one of the big guys. Fortunately, Lanos isn't really all that hard. You just really need an AoE stun, knockdown, interrupt, something like that, and a few other AoE damage skills. Shortly after starting the fight, 2 guys will spawn behind Lanos. They will be immune to all damage. So you'll need to knock them down, interrupt them, stun them, blow them backwards, whatever, which will lower their shields and allow you to curb stomp them. Next up, Lanos will summon a group of 3 easily defeatable nothings. Just a simple AoE, and then we can move on to our favorite mechanic, run like hell. Small guys will target you with lasers, stun you, then leap at you, then blow up. Just keep moving and you'll get to keep your limbs. And in between these groups of minions, just beat on Lanos. Easy peasy. Round 6. Yeah, and I thought Chompers was a bad pet. Okay, now maybe I'm doing this all wrong, but this might be the longest fight known to mankind. All of these bastards are immune to range damage. So send in your companion on one of the big ugly f***ers, henceforth referred to as big uglies. This is the guy you're gonna kill first. But hold off. First go up and smack the boss and the other big ugly. Then, away from your companion. And make sure to stay away from the boss and the other big ugly chasing you. Only go in to hit them every so often just to maintain aggro. Once you're as far away as you can get from your companion, make a mad dash to your companion's ugly enemy and wail on them as much as possible until the boss catches up. Repeat until first big ugly is cooked fully through. Then proceed to down the human guy. But don't stand next to him for too long, because the longer you stand next to him, the more you'll build up stacks of whatever the f this is. I just call it my death counter. Too high and you can kiss your ass goodbye. And you'll remember that because it rhymes. So run away every so often to let your stacks go back down, then jump back in and kick his rump some more. Once he's dead, just go kill the last big ugly. He's easy. Round 7. These 2 are probably the hardest fight in the Eternal Championship. Just let me explain how the fight works before I get into tips. Drake will jump around the arena throwing stun mines at you, while Nocturno stalks you like a lion who hasn't eaten in 8 months. So you'll want to avoid the mines, but also use them to stun Nocturno before she turns you into human sushi. Easy enough, yeah? No! The game has got to throw in these kidnapper jackasses who will grab and stun your companion. And naturally, they're immune to range damage. So you gotta hop in there and kill the silver as fast as possible, before Nocturno catches up to you and melts your face off. Damn it! That's it. I'm bringing in an expert. Hey, Wibbles!
What?
What am I doing wrong?
Everything. Now, leave me alone. Can't be seen with you.
Why? Because I'm the Hive Leader?
Yes. It has absolutely nothing to do with your terrible playing.
Okay. Love you. Wait, that wasn't helpful at all. Anyway, start off the fight by concentrating on Drake. I strongly suggest hanging out in the center of the arena if possible, and making a line of mines so you can just chain stun Nocturno. If she happens to catch you, around a mine so she can get stunned again. If you have it, speed boost will help. When the kidnapper droids spawn, kill the silver and the others will die automatically. And pray you have some mines between you and Nocturno at this point, otherwise you're Eventually Drake should die. When he does, loot his belt immediately. Now you have the power of the mines. Put them down as often as possible to keep Nocturno stunned. And while she's immobilized, blast her down. It's really not all that bad as long as you can multitask like a cyborg. Round 8. This is Little Gut and his one-handed handler. Has no one in this universe heard of getting a puppy? Despite Little Gut's size, he's really not all that hard. Just wail on him and stay out of his small AoEs. Occasionally, he'll bring out some small handlers, just down them as soon as they spawn. The big threat here is actually the floor. Every so often, Little Gut fills 3/4 of the room with AoEs. Fun. The best idea is to pay attention to where the open quarter is gonna be and make a mad dash for it. But Little Gut isn't exactly a nice guy about it, and may stun you as you try to make a break for it. If he does, try to use your speed boost or dashes or whatever throws you forward to get out of those AoEs as fast as possible. Repeat until Little Gut busts his gut. I have gotta work on these puns. Round 9. Arleia Zazin is back. Or at least her brain is. Ew. The Doom droid really isn't all that tough. The whole fight is more about paying attention and avoiding damage. Avoid the giant AoE that goes out directly in front of him, and if you can, try and turn him away from your companion so they don't get hit by it. But if you can't, whatever. They probably have it coming. Ads will also spawn in this round. You'll want to kill this guy, but you'll want to avoid the small kamikazes. They're not nice. And of course, things can't be that simple. The Doom droid will use this time to rain missiles down on you. If you get hit by one, you'll fall over and then likely go boom. And also every so often 4 droids will spawn and attempt to repair the Doom droid. Just kill them fast. Nothing really special there. Anyway, summary, avoid explodey stuff and you'll be fine. Round 10. This is it. Prepare the final countdown. Save that for when we win! Prepare for mechanics galore followed by a DPS race. Stand in the middle of the room if possible, or at least make sure this giant yellow AoE always hits near the middle of the room and doesn't hit the Kolto stations around the arena. If they do get hit, they'll be destroyed, and that's gonna suck for you because you're probably gonna need them. Every so often, 4 droids will spawn and try to hit you with frontal AoEs. And it's time to break out your geometry book because this is a placement game. Try to stand where not only the droids' AoEs will hit each other, but also where the giant yellow AoE will hit some of the droids. Do this correctly, and they'll destroy themselves. You might have to kill 1 or 2 after that. Once the walker's health is low enough, out pops Zotar. Wail on him a bit, and then he'll return to his walker and activate phase 2. Or as I call it, the stink eye of death. This will kill you pretty freaking quick. So you'll need to do one of a few things. 1. Activate a Kolto station. 2. Pop any defensive cooldowns you have or Unity. 3. Help heal yourself through it if you have a personal heal. Hopefully one of these will keep you alive. Also, keep in mind, if you're depending on Kolto stations, you only have 4 chances to pull this off. And by pulling this off, I mean getting Zotar to 50% of his health. If you can do this, then it becomes a DPS race. Zotar will fill the room with a deadly AoE. Run to the center of the arena and kill him as fast as you can. He will do his best to knock you back into the AoE, while the walker and droids will do their best to punch holes in your body. Again, burn Zotar as fast as you can, and try to avoid body holes. Good luck. Do everything right, and you will become the new Eternal Champion. Congratulations, you murdering psycho. It's not like you were forced into this, you signed up for it, you sick f***. Make sure to level up your MMO knowledge by visiting MMORPG.com, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and by following us on social media. To catch up on the week's biggest MMO news, watch our latest MMO FTW. And to see if there's a better MMO out there for you, watch one of our latest First Impressions videos. Thanks for watching.